Yeah, it's
all the way up to the ceiling.
It's actually, this is the same exact product that we use. It's these MDF boards. We just did it as like a shorter board and batten treatment. So we just stopped it a little above chair rail height and then painted the top portion. But it's technically like faux board and batten because this is just their wall. So if you do it traditionally, you would actually put wood up here, but we don't have textured walls. So it's easier to just slap up the MDF boards and then paint it. You don't know any different.
Yeah. It adds so much to it though. Like it's like not just a stark wall, and then the paint color contrast too, where you did the gray on the top and the white on the bottom is awesome. It looks great.
Thank you.
How did you choose this room for these boys?
So they used to have bunk beds forever. They're twins, and then they wanted single beds. So my husband actually built both of these beds. We had like leftover reclaimed wood. So the back portion, like this, is actual like old wood from like fence posts, and then we just used new wood and tried to stain it to match. And then we had their names made and just kind of went from there. But
yeah, it's awesome. That fan is actually really, really cool too.
It's like one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, I absolutely love that fan. I've never seen a fan like that before.
Yeah, it's a...
Where did you find it, or what did you...
Actually, like every fan in our home is from Hunter Fan Company. They're like by far my favorite. Mainly because I feel like fans are essential, especially like upstairs because it gets hot, but most of them are ugly. Except for Hunter Fan Company, they have like the most stylish fans. So this way every room can have it, and they are like showpieces.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference for sure in the room than just like no fan at all, but just your average fan.
Yeah.
I noticed that right off when I walked in the room. It is really awesome.
I like your rug too.
Thank you.
So these, what are these?
So these are actually vintage Army footlockers. Like they're actual antique pieces. And I got them so that my boys would have like their own specific space to put like their things, like their little Lego sets and like little stuffed animals. And this way they each have one. It looks good and it's easy for them to clean because literally they just open the trunk, throw everything in, and the room is clean in like 5 minutes.
Where did you find these?
I found them at an antique store up in Logan, Utah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what kind of decor and stuff did you sell in California? Did you do?
I didn't. So it used to be, shabby chic was super popular back then. So that was the majority of what it was. It was a lot of white furniture, a lot of distressed pieces. And funny enough, like I never had that style in my home because I felt like it was hard to translate into a home with a husband with like all the pinks and the flowers and stuff, but I always loved it. So my store was kind of like a way I could play around in that style but not be committed to it in my home. But obviously styles change, and even now in the past 5 years I feel like my style has evolved a lot. And I love the farmhouse look, but more of like a modern farmhouse, a little bit more minimalist, and so that's kind of where this has gone.
Yeah, I love in your rooms you can tell that it's all more simple, but then you just have like pieces that just make it.
But it's also all cohesive too. Like all the rooms have a similar look and feel. They're all unique, but it's not like you walk into one room and it's green and the next room is blue, and it's like all the house feels like very cohesive.
And that was like really important to me, is that I wanted each room to have its own style and for each kid to feel like it's theirs and pick out things that are important to them, but that it's not like, okay, this room is bright blue and this room is bright pink. Like it just all flows and matches with the whole style of the home. And it makes me feel like more comfortable and more happy that it's all cohesive.
So where did you get this airplane on the wall right here?
I got this at Rodworks. What was it? Probably like 2 or 3 years ago. I found it like on clearance. It was like $25.
It's awesome.
It's like the coolest piece. I didn't know where I was going to put it at first, but I'm like, it's really cool. It needs to go somewhere, and it ended up being perfect in their room.
Really awesome. So, how much do you let your kids impact what they put in their rooms? Like, do you let them have a say, or do you basically say like, I'm decorating your room for you, or what? Do they have any input?
My boys really don't care that much. Probably because they're boys. In this room, the one thing that they wanted when we were shopping was these pillows. They liked the army, or the cross and, what is this? Skull and crossbones, and then the teddy bears. So they picked out those. Everything else they didn't really care about. Oh, and then they did want, because my boys race motocross, so they wanted pictures of them racing in their room. So that was something that was important to them too.
That's so awesome.